Thanks, Becca. That's right, the men's game obviously did not go well for the Hawks, and with just 2 home games left this season, they do not have a lot of time left to redeem themselves.
Yeah, and their first opportunity will be tonight against Indiana. But moving away from basketball for a second, the men's track and field team ended their indoor regular season this past weekend.
That's right, and the team looks determined and ready going into the Big Ten championships. With more is Will Silverstein.
The Hawkeyes track and field team closed out the 2016-2017 regular season at this week's Iowa Open. The Hawkeyes' full depth was on display as they battled regional rivals Northern Iowa. As the Hawkeyes and the Panthers squared off for the 3rd time this season, Iowa used some of their depth to their advantage. One of the best performances of the meet came from the duo of Vinny Saucer and O'Shea Wilson in the 60-meter run.
You know, we need our sprinters to show up this week at the Big Ten meet. So, you know, O'Shea's one of those super talented guys. I mean, he's a guy that when he puts on the uniform, he's a totally different animal. And you know, he's put up one of the best jumps in the country. He's currently ranked 6th, I think, in the long jump. But he's also a great sprinter. He's one of our best sprinters. We got a great chance to win. It's going to be probably a 3 to 4 team battle to win the championship. So everybody's got to be on their A game. Everybody's got to be, you know, going out and doing everything they can to make a final. And then once we have, you know, a lot of athletes in the final, anything can happen.
Even though the University of Iowa rested some of the runners, their backups put on encouraging performances heading into the Big Ten championships. Reporting from the University of Iowa Recreation Building, this is Will Silverstein, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
As the indoor season closes, the outdoor track and field season kicks off with a home meet late in April.
Now moving back to men's basketball and looking back to Saturday's game. The defeat against Illinois was a tough one to swallow, but there were a couple of key players that were able to make it such a close game. Olivia Corbett was there to tell us more.
Although a heartbreaker here against Illinois, it was another standout game for Big Ten's leading scorer Peter Jack, who came away from tonight's game with a total of 16 points and 10 rebounds. And let's not forget about his 3-pointer in the first that built Iowa's lead 22-16, bringing the crowd to their feet, followed by an Illinois timeout. Trailing only 2 points behind Jack, freshman Tyler Cook made his contribution, scoring the first bucket of the game and adding onto the scoring streak the Hawkeyes saw early in the first. Cook also gave the Hawks their biggest lead after making 2 free throws.
I felt like I was getting the shots that I wanted to get, you know, in the lane. I think it was like 5 or 7, something like that. So, you know, I was obviously trying to get the ball more down the stretch, but, you know, when you're out, you know, you just got to, you know, try to encourage the rest of the guys. So.
When coming away from a loss like this, it's all about improvement. Jack may have led in points, but what stuck out to him after the game was what went wrong.
I mean, there were some sloppy plays, starting with me, and I had that turnover, which landed up with a layup on that side. That was a huge turnaround, and then we didn't really execute as a team in the end.
Okay, what were bad things? Well, you know, 55% in the second half. And, you know, there were some other mistakes that we made, and then some mistakes that individuals made that we want to try to make sure they don't make again, that they learn from it.
As the game against Indiana approaches, Jack, Cook, and the rest of the team will hopefully find a way to come out on top after the tough fall to Illinois. Reporting inside Carver Hawkeye Arena, this has been Olivia Corbett with Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The Hawkeyes remain home tonight as they face Indiana at 8 p.m., looking to turn their season around.
Moving on to tonight's game, one team's losing streak will finally end as Indiana has lost their last 4 games and Iowa has lost their last 3.
That's right, Taylor. And not only will the Hoosiers have to worry about Peter Jock, but the Hawkeyes will have to stop top 3-point shooter James Blackman Jr. Blackman ranks first in the league in 3-pointers, followed in the Big Ten by Jock.
The Hawks have a lot to prove against this once top 25 team tonight, and the team is done with their excuse of just being a young team.
You want to play to your capabilities. Individually and collectively, and you know, play intelligently at the right times, and you know, and obviously have some success. You know, so just cut down on your mistakes, and improve in areas maybe we've not been as good throughout the course of the year. Continue to get better, and watch some guys individually really step up.
I mean, obviously that's what we hear everyone talking about is. These guys can be really good. They're going to be really good in the future. But like you said, we want to take it. We want the future to be our next game. We want to be good now, not wait for something that's supposed to happen. So obviously we think about it, and it's in the back of our minds. But we just want to focus on us now, and do everything we can do, physically, mentally, to be the best we can be right now, and because we know we can be good. We have shown glimpses of us being a really good team, but we've also shown glimpses of us being what you would call a young team. But we don't. It's too late in the season for us to be considered a young team. We've got guys, a lot of freshmen that are playing and are getting used to this style of play, and it's just something that we're trying to get accustomed to and figure out as soon as possible.
Well, it'll be very interesting to see how the team plays, especially seeming that they've only played better with Jock than without him.
That's a good point. Now, Jock only has 2 more regular season games before the Big Ten tournament to kind of redeem his season, so hopefully the team will be able to get this win for him and end their losing streak tonight.
Tune in tomorrow for updates from the game tonight.
Plus, get some updates from the softball team during their bye week. Becca, back to you.